Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be reacting to Matt Miller's comments comparing Sam Howell to Colt McCoy and why I just don't really agree with that. Also, we'll be going over some schedule leaks that have been released and an update on Quan for Commanders minicamp. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. All those things really help out a ton. So Matt Miller said this a few days ago on 106.7 The Fan. I'm gonna read the whole quote. This is part of it right here, but I'm gonna read the whole thing so you guys get all the context. So Matt Miller says, "I do not see him as a playoff caliber quarterback. I'm sorry. I know people want to believe, I just don't. Coming out of college, there was definitely talk in the lead up to the season that he could be a QB1. It was him and Spencer Rattler were the toast of the town." Or maybe talk of the town was what he's saying, and it didn't work out for either guy. I had Sam rated as my number 74 overall player, and I compared him to Colt McCoy. Undersized, shorter guy, a little bit thicker body, not great arm strength. I know a lot of people said he's Baker Mayfield. I never thought he had as much twitch as a runner as Baker had, especially at Oklahoma, but some of the ability to play on the move, to kind of be like more of a gamer in some ways. Let's find a window, let's make a throw. I think we saw him pick some of that up towards the end of the year. So that's kind of what he said. He says he's rooting for him and thought he was better than a 5th round pick, which I think most people had him in that 2nd round range. And I disagree with this take comparing him to Colt McCoy. Do I think he's a elite prospect? No. If he was an elite prospect, he would have been drafted in the 1st round, or he definitely wouldn't have, fallen to the 5th round. But good players fall for different reasons. But Colt McCoy, I think it's a little bit of a lazy take. I'm trying to see, this is really the only thing that's very similar is the height and weight. Height at the combine, 6'1" for Colt McCoy, 6'1" for Sam Howell, and weight was 2 pounds different. So that's kind of where the similarities end. Besides that, I think they're very different. He said that he didn't really see Sam Howell as, close to the same runner as Baker Mayfield, but I think Sam Howell's running ability is one of the strongest parts of his game. He really has done a good job. In the preseason, he got at least 1 or 2 touchdowns running the football and got some extra yards doing so. He just has that kind of twitch, which Matt Miller said he does. He didn't have. He's able to maneuver around. After he passed the line of scrimmage and make some guys miss. I think he had the most. This is what PFF said. And in college, he had the most forced missed tackles out of any quarterback in a long time. He had over a 90 rushing grade, which is absolutely insane, which is I think the best since 2014. I can't remember the exact stat, but it was something like that on the Kevin Sheehan show. I think Nick Ackridge from PFF said it. And I think that, alone kind of disputes his take, because I think, Colt McCoy, it wasn't like he was slow. He could run a little bit, but I think Sam Howell is a better runner. Definitely a better runner, could be much better runner than Colt McCoy. I think that's going to be one of the strengths of his game this year, is going to be running the football. Is he going to get 1,000 yards? No, but I think he'll get 20, 30 yards a game and a touchdown, every few. I think he'll get a decent amount of touchdowns this year. He's strong. He's able to go through people if needed. That's not what we want, though. We don't want that to happen. We want him to avoid contact, but in the open field, he's able to make some guys miss. We saw the touchdown he had against the Cowboys. That wasn't an easy touchdown to make, and I believe he barely got touched on that play. And also, another thing, Colt McCoy had, barely any arm strength. And Sam Howell has good, maybe not great arm strength, but he definitely has good arm strength. He threw a 68-yard pass against FSU in 2021. That was the farthest career throw he had. And you look at the other quarterbacks in that class, Malik Willis, who has not had a great career so far, but it's been only 1 year, 67 yards. You got Carson Strong, 68, Bailey Zappi, 60, and I'm sure, Matt Corral, 67, Kenny Pickett, 61. So, let's not act and Desmond Ridder, 61. So he had the highest out of anybody, and that doesn't really mean a ton. This was a Hail Mary at the end of the half, I believe, and it wasn't a great, he just threw it up as far as he could. But still, it shows that he does have the arm strength. He put that on display with the Commanders against the Cowboys last game of the season, through at least over 50 yards to Terry, maybe close to 60 yards, and that was a dot. That was an absolute dot by him. Could have been a touchdown. Good catch by Terry, though, and great, even better throw by Sam Howell. And that is a throw I don't think we've seen Colt McCoy make. And I like Colt McCoy. Like, he was a solid backup for us and won us a few really good games in Washington. But he was a backup. And who knows? Maybe Sam Howell, ends up being a backup. But I just think they're different players, besides the height and weight. I think they're pretty different in terms of running the football. Sam Howell's a decent amount better. The arm strength, Sam Howell also is much better, I believe. And then here was a stat from Jim Nagy, who's like the head of the Senior Bowl, and this is over a year ago. But he says, common way to describe arm talent is saying QBs can spin it. Nobody spun it better in mobile than Sam Howell. Sam Howell has significantly higher spin rate, 728.6. The next best QB, Kenny Pickett. So like he had a huge difference, from him and the next best QB in Kenny Pickett, who was drafted in the first round and had an okay rookie year. And I'm not saying he's better than Kenny Pickett, but like the arm talent is there. He had, arguably has better arm talent and strength than Kenny Pickett, who was drafted in the first round. I mean, we're using two different metrics here: the spin rate and the farthest throw that they've both had in their career. And Sam Howell, beats him in both of those metrics. Again, not saying he's a better prospect, but just giving you guys my thoughts right there on the situation and why I don't really like the comp. We'll see what happens this year, but I think that Sam Howell is a totally different prospect than Colt McCoy. Maybe a better comparison would be Baker. I think Baker maybe overall has a little bit more arm talent and accuracy than Howell. I think there's and that's not a knock on Howell. Again, Baker was the number one pick in the draft, so he was super talented. Definitely a better prospect than Sam Howell, but I think overall he's more similar to Howell than I think Colt McCoy is. And then now just some other news. Don't want to get into the schedule too much because, we're going to have a whole video on it, but Commanders, Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I have mixed feelings about this because it's like if they win, it makes it an amazing Thanksgiving. Like when they, absolutely obliterated them, in 2020 on national television, Thanksgiving, just destroy them. That was great. That was one of the best Thanksgivings I've ever had. But then if they lose and it's a close game or a blowout, whatever, then I don't know. It makes it a little bit worse. And sometimes you just like to enjoy your Thanksgiving with the fam. Don't have to worry about anything. But now it's going to be a little bit different. But, it's fine. I'm fine with it. It adds a little bit of excitement to the holidays. So, yeah, excited for that. This one don't really like. Commanders will host the Bears on Thursday Night Football in Week 5. So kind of seems pretty lazy by the NFL in terms of their scheduling. We played them Thursday night last year. I believe it was at Chicago. It was not a great game. We barely won 12-7. And now you're going to repeat that again? It seems lazy. Like, I don't have an issue, with playing that. We're already playing them, but I just think repeating a Thursday night game around the same week too, like basically the same exact thing. And we 2 years ago, or no, 2 years before last year, so 3 years ago in 2019, I guess now it's 4 years ago, I'm getting my math wrong, but 2019 we played the Bears. I can't remember if it was at home or not, but it was another prime time. I think it was a Monday night game. It was not a great performance by us and, Case Keenum, but that's just kind of, it seems too repetitive, and, I don't think the viewing will be great there. Like, the Commanders don't get a lot of primetime games, so I think, those games, should probably be more of a NFC East opponent. But shout out JP Finley. He's gotten all these, games so far. He got this game, he got the Cowboys game, and some other ones as well. The Commanders are also going to play the New York Jets Christmas Eve, so Aaron Rodgers against the Commanders will be a tough game for them to win, but it's definitely possible. And then last news of the day, was excited to see Quan play, but he will, or I was excited to see him in rookie minicamp, but he will not be there. Has a personal issue. Will rejoin the team for phase 2 of the OTA. So we'll see. Hopefully everyone is good. Hopefully everything's good with Quan and everything. It's not super important, but it was just I was excited to see him play. But it is what it is, and yeah, we'll see what happens with him. Still get to see Emmanuel Forbes, Braden Daniels, Ricky Stromberg, Chris Rodriguez, Andre Jones. I'm missing someone. I know I'm missing someone from the rookie class. Maybe I'm not, but excited to see those guys. And then some of the undrafted free agents as well, Casimir Allen, guys like that. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, guys, new, and peace.